Shall we start? Okay, guys, very well. Okay, so my name is Hong Seok-young. Seok-young is my first name, okay? And I am currently an assistant professor of econ and data science. So I have joint appointment with SSS and SPMS. So I teach in econ and math as well. So, well, welcome, first of all, welcome to NTU and welcome to ECDS. You've made a great achievement and well, I know how competitive it is to come into NTU and also to this, get accepted into this ECDS program. So congratulations. And I look forward to meeting you many times in the next few years. Actually, I teach this optional module called Big Data, so which is open to third and fourth year students, right, Jonathan? Yeah. So if you are interested in anything related to how you can potentially analyze a large scale data set using some advanced statistical or econometric methods, you are obviously welcome to come. And I am one of the ECDS coordinators, so if you have any questions about how things work in this ECDS program, feel free to email me, okay? Any questions before I start? Right, so I would say there are a few desirable attributes of an econ graduate. So if you have once you finish your econ degree, I believe you should have a good understanding of how the economy works and how these concepts, key concepts in economics, such as costs and benefits and demand and supply and everything, how they work is something you have to remember after when you graduate. Okay, and on top of that, I don't know who's singing or something, but yeah, it's a bit noisy. Sorry about that. Hello, guys. Hi. And obviously, on top of all these macroeconomic and microeconomic knowledge, you would have to know some econometrics, which is defined, well, econometrics is defined as statistics that can be used in the analysis of economic data set, in my opinion. So you will definitely need to know some econometric and quantitative methods. And when you graduate, you will have a very good, solid background in quant skills that can be applied in the analysis of data sets in econ and finance, all right? And you should be able to learn some analytic and communication skills upon finishing this degree, right? But the thing is, the world has changed, and you now have access to many useful data sets. So I would say even like 10 years ago, researchers, including myself, had found it very difficult to access all these intra-day data set. So, you know, if you think about how Apple stock is traded in the stock market, it's almost traded every millisecond, right? And all these data sets regarding price and volume, etc., in the finest, scale, is very difficult to get. And so 10 years ago, it was very difficult to get those data sets. But nowadays, you have access to many interesting massive scale data. So that's why you can potentially make use of the availability of large-scale data sets when you study economics, okay? And that's one of the reasons why you are studying econ with data science, right? So as I wrote here, econ provides us the understanding of how the economy works, right? On the other hand, data science allows you to enlarge your quantitative tool sets. So if you want to analyze all these large and complex data sets, you will have to know how to analyze them properly. So just to come back to this intraday data example, the way how you estimate volatility, how volatile the market is very different when you use intraday data. So traditionally, if you have like low-scale data sets such as daily data or monthly data, you do not potentially need all these fancy mathematical tools when you estimate volatility or make forecasts. But once you have access to those complicated data sets, you will need to know the specific tools that can be applied in the analysis of those special data sets. And given that we now have access to many large-scale data sets, data science component of your degree will be very useful, potentially, when you go onto the job market, okay? Okay, so this is how the ECDS program is structured. So you will have to complete 140 AUs, where AU means academic units, all right? So out of 140 AUs, you'll have to take 47 AUs of econ modules or econ courses, right? And that's going to include some core modules, which has 24 AUs. So you'll have to take courses that are worth 24 AUs. And on top of that, you'll have to take some electives called MPE, okay? And that's 15 AUs. And you'll have to do a graduation project, which is 8 AUs. And for the data science component, which will be taught by people in the computer science department and the math department, you'll have to take 55 AUs before you graduate, all right? And again, you will have to take some core modules and the MPE, right? And there are some courses called ICC, Interdisciplinary Collaborative Core, which I'm going to elaborate later on. And BDE are some electives that are, I would say, super flexible in the sense that you can use that component to do some extra internship, if I'm not mistaken, is that right? So some AUs can be used as an internship, right? So, and well, you can potentially take some courses in physics. I'm not if you are interested in that, and so on. Okay, so the BDE component is pretty flexible, right? Right. There are three pillar of economics, namely microecon, macroecon, and econometrics. You know what microecon and macroeconomics are from your A level, so I'm not going to elaborate on that. But econometrics, if you don't know, is about statistical methods that can be used in analyzing economic data sets, right? So you will have to take some core courses in econometrics 2003 and 3003 on top of micro and macro econ, sorry. And for the electives, MPEs, you can take one level 3 course, and you need to choose 3 courses from level 4, right? And as an example, you can take my course, which is Big Data in Econ and Finance, which is a level 4 course, right? Okay, and the graduation project is actually mandatory for students who wants to get an honors degree, right? So, and the way how things work in SSS, or at least in ECDS, is maybe slightly different from the way how things work in other schools. So for example, in the math department, SPMS, students don't do group project, okay? But here in ECDS, you will form 2 or 3 groups of 2 or 3 students, okay? So you will have to think about who to work with, right? And you approach someone in economics to be your main supervisor, potentially. and another faculty member in computer science or math. Okay, but because I have joint appointment with SSS and SPMS, you can choose me as the second supervisor. And also there's a colleague of mine named Gao Xijie. He has joint appointment with computer science, so you can choose him instead of someone else who you don't know in computer science, if that makes sense, okay, as your second supervisor. And well, subject to approval, you can do an industry project, but if you are interested in that, you can come to me and discuss that as well. And when it comes to the data science, you will have to take some boring math courses, including calculus, statistics, and linear algebra, and so on. But trust me, if you are serious about learning data science properly, these are the very basic requirements that can be very helpful when you take like advanced courses like big data, right? So don't just think that they are just boring math, but they can be actually quite useful, okay? And computer science is, needless to say, very important, potentially in, well, these days, right? And you can take some nice, interesting modules, including AI, artificial intelligence, and some nice programming courses, including 107, etc. Okay? And these are, as I said, all core courses, so you will have to take all of them. And I'm pretty sure that all these courses will give you a strong foundation when it comes to the data science knowledge, right? And well, as I said, because I teach a level 4 course, I have been, well, teaching your seniors. And one impression I got was that students had a very good, solid background in math and econometrics, which is quite unusual, to be honest. So what I want to say is that the course is very well designed, in my opinion. Okay, so I hope you will enjoy your first few years in NTU. MPEs for data science, you can have a look at this website where you can find the list of all possible data science MPEs that you can potentially take. And well, trust me, there are many interesting courses, and I'm sure you will enjoy them. Any questions so far? As for the internship, there are two options. The first one is to do summer internship twice, right? So you can, in that case, you can do summer internship in econ or data science, in the sense that if you work for a company that is heavily data science based, then your internship will be considered as a data science internship. And that's going to give you 10 AUs in total, right? But alternatively, you can do semester internship, and you can do it at a company in Singapore or somewhere outside Singapore, right? And that's going to give you 12 AUs, okay? And for the ICC, which I promised to come back, there are some lists. There is a list of courses you can take, and these are taken by across everyone in the university. So you'll get to meet some people from engineering and well, physics or Wikimi school, etc. Okay. So there is this suggested study plan for ECDS. I'm not sure if this is what students actually follow. Jonathan, is that the case? No, okay. Well, sorry? Okay, yeah, obviously, yes. Well, this is just, as I said, suggested plan. So if you want to follow this, then, well, sure. But if you want to do some adjustment to your study plan, feel free to do so, as long as you make sure that you follow the school rules, okay? So according to this plan, you only have like graduation project, GP, and few MP and BDE. So you can focus on your graduation project, which can be quite useful actually. So for example, I've supervised many students working on volatility forecasting, and if you are interested in working in finance, having that as the graduation project on your CV can be potentially quite useful. So in your first and second year, maybe, and also in your third year, you think about what you like, and you need to approach to someone who has research interest in the area you are interested in to be your supervisor for your graduation project. Okay, so graduation project can be actually quite in-depth. So if you are interested in exploring something that you want to learn more, graduation project can be a very good opportunity. Okay. Most important people, actually, Tina and Felicia will be your will be there to help you. So if you have any questions, well, feel free to contact them or contact me or anyone else in SSS or economics. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, well, thanks very much.